here. I'm running behind, so I'm a little scattered, but should be a good video. Okay, I'm going to let you guys know that we are on live. If you want to give me just a minute, I'll be right back. Okay. Hopefully you're here and back. Give me a second while I put you on the tripod. I have no microphone today because I left it downstairs. Let's zoom you in. That should be good right there, but we will keep an eye on it. So I hope you're doing well and you're having a good day. Oh, I didn't even realize. Okay, sorry. Let me get on and grab the link. And let me lower the volume. Okay, while you guys are coming in, I'm just going to grab some stamps and I'm going to move a couple things out of the way and then just grab my ink and stuff and then we'll get started. I've got to run right at 11:30. I could probably push it to 12:40, so like an hour exactly from right now. But I cannot stay any longer than that today. I need to try to shut myself off. Okay, and I'm just grabbing stamps that I had, sitting to the side of my desk. Some of these are from Temu. Some of them are Tim Holtz. Oh, I don't want this stamp pad. Give me 1 second. I'm just grabbing my StazOn. And I don't know why, but I have 2 of them. And I barely had any tissue paper, which is crazy. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Robin. I'm so glad you guys are here. I don't know what time you showed up. I was turned around getting all my stuff, but let me make sure I'm in screen. I could not find any tissue paper, and I was like, this morning, I was like, should I run over to Dollar Tree really quick? And then I found a piece that was like, it was actually covering something that Lori had given me. And so I was like, I'm just going to use this because it's enough for what I need. So, I'm going to get started because I have to run kind of soon today. I've got to take David to work. Okay, we're going to put this stuff over to the side, and I'm going to use the note card just to give me an idea of how big this is going to be. Normally I would just stamp the whole piece, but since we're kind of low on time, I'm just going to... Jackie, I'm so glad you're here. You got to the live. I was really bummed out when I saw your message yesterday because I was like, oh, I really was hoping that you'd be able to make it. So I'm very glad that you're here. And your message was so sweet. I was telling my kids, I was like, I didn't even know. I know that I did not answer it correctly. I need to sit down and reply to you because that was like so sweet. It literally took my, I was going to say my breath away and my brain cells. It left me dumbstruck. So I'm just going to cut out a piece of tissue paper. And I apologize if I sound weird today. I don't have the microphone set up. So if this is like there's stuff that's too loud or something, I'll try not to When I don't have the microphone, I feel like I have to yell. Like, you know, when you're in the car and someone's on speaker and like normally you're talking like this, but when they're on speaker, you go louder. That's what I do. So I'm just cutting out a piece of tissue paper, and some of you guys already have the Tim Holtz tissue paper, but we're gonna make some. Oops. I'm gonna throw that on the ground. Hopefully this is enough. It might not be. I might need to use some of the Tim Holtz anyways. Now that, how did I don't know, we'll see, we'll see. And did I say your name right? It's Jackie. So I have to tell you guys, every time I look at some of these stamps, the Temu ones, these. So when Temu came to me and asked me if they can send me some products for a video, I was like, yeah, absolutely. I had seen, who is it? Jessica, what's her name? Paper Terrace? She used to be something else, but Paper Terrace. And I had actually like briefly talked to her about it because she had done a collab with them as well. And I was like, okay. So I knew not to look for certain things that were like explicit Tim Holtz. I didn't want any replicas or whatever. But I think I still did that accidentally because I don't know all of like the stamp brands. I really only know Tim Holtz because I don't really stamp that much. And I have to say, like, every time I look at them, I'm like, should I keep them? Should I toss them? I mean, some of them are super cute, but and they're not exact replicas because, like, I feel like this one right here is supposed to be like that one right there. And you can see, I mean, the size is like very, very different. These are like, it looks like they scanned it and then printed it. So I don't know, but either way, if I use them, I hope you're not offended if I use them. I feel like I have to say that because I really did not grab them with that intent at all. I'd actually talked to Lori about it because, and this was before the whole Temu thing, I was asking her, like, what do you, how do you feel about that, about using products like that? And her, well, hopefully I can say this, but, she was like, if they're manufactured in the US, like Tim Holtz, I believe is, then she was like, I personally would not do that. I would not use something, because you're taking away something that was manufactured here. If it was created somewhere else, maybe it's more fair game. So, and I don't know if she said that, but but anyways, it's definitely a kind of sore spot for me. Yeah, Jackie, you're going to love everyone who's on right now. Cindy, Robin, and you. And then Nancy was in the group asking, where is she? Because she was asking where the link was, where we were, and now she's not on here. But these two ladies that are on right now, that I can tell anyways, that have said something, you're going to absolutely love them. And I think you guys are going to love Jackie too. I don't know you that well, but your words are so, so sweet. You got some red, white, and blue things? There you are. I was just talking about you. I was like, where's Nancy after she was over there? First of all, you're like, no, I'm going to sleep in. Okay, I'm going to start with these. I feel like these were Amy Tangerine stamps. I don't know. You guys might know better than I never know the names of stuff. I'm not like really like that. So, oh, that's dry. Hopefully this one's good. Okay, it's better. It's not good. Do they do the re-inkers for the stays on? I feel like they do. I'm just gonna like put the numbers sporadically. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do, hang on. I got I had so much time this morning because I didn't run to Dollar Tree, and then I was like, oh, okay, I was like, how much time did I have? I had like, I don't know, 20 minutes, and I was like, I have so much time. And so I sat down and I was having a sandwich, which is why my voice is like this. And then I looked and I was like, oh, no, I'm supposed to be on right now. So I ran upstairs. Oh, I love Jacqueline. And I appreciate you. Seriously. Also, if you are on Instagram, we do have an Instagram like group chat, but no one's really that active in it or anything. Mainly if I haven't been on Instagram. I don't like their policies, so I don't like some of the stuff that they push. But if you want to be added to it, Jackie, or anyone else that's watching that's not in the comments, just send me a message over on Instagram. And if you did and I didn't get it, send me a message on Patreon. I'm trying to check it, but I'm not like actively over there. You know what I've been thinking about getting? You guys probably already have it. Do you have the stamp thing? It's is it Ionic or something? It's Tim Holtz, and it like flips, and it has like the glass plate on the one side, and you put the stamps on, and then you can stamp. And I don't even stamp that much, but I saw it and I was like, I feel like I need that. Maybe I'll stamp more if I use it. I'll tell you what I don't like about stamps. I don't like using them, put them back, using them, putting them back. And you can't really like stick these on sorry, you can't really stick these on, like just stick them in a box because they'll get stuck to each other and stuff. And that's the other problem with some of the like cheaper stamps, is that they stop sticking after a while. They have the reinkers for Stays On. Okay. You have the stamp thing from Stamping Up? Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna probably switch over to my my other one, because this thing's really dry. And I thought it was brand new. I feel like I just opened it. So I think I'm gonna do that because it's very, very light. And I have the reinker for this thing, so if it's too light still, I can darken it. Oh, much, I can already tell. Oh, I'm putting this upside down. So I'm just gonna kind of layer them on top of each other. I'm not gonna be like too worried about where they're going. I'm just gonna like sporadically add stamping. And I might still use some of the Tim Holtz. The one that I was using, I have two from Tim Holtz. I have this one, and then I have one that has birds on it that I don't think I've ever used. But what I was gonna say is this one's very bold. I could have also printed on the tissue paper. Guess where I'm going this afternoon? I've been talking to my niece about this, promising her that I'll take her, and we just haven't had time. But I'm gonna take her over to the Goodwill bins. Have you guys ever been to that? love the stamping. Okay, what? Love the Tim stamping platform, but it's discontinued. Oh, the Misty. Okay. Well, I wonder if you can get it on like eBay. Of course, I'd want it now that it's discontinued. And now that you said that, I'm like, well, now I need it. Now it's my life's mission. I'm just kidding. I'm not really like that, but you know, the cool thing about stamping like this is that since you are essentially collaging this, it does not matter, and nothing has to line up, nothing has to make sense. It's just like you get to just stamp wherever you want. Oh, I really like that one. We're going to add a bunch of those. I think this one's from Temu. This was one of the ones that I got. And I think then I saw someone, oh, well, right there. Well, maybe that's not, never mind. Never mind. I forgot what I asked already, Cindy. Oops. Oh, the bins. I was talking about the bins. So pretty much what the bins are is they are, it's like all the stuff that is from Goodwill that kind of doesn't get used or sold, and so then they put it at these bins, and it's like the last resort before they toss them, I guess. That's what I was told. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but anyways, it's really dirty and it's a lot intimidating. The first time I went, I was really scared. I've only been twice, but the first time I went, I was like really scared. And they're these like huge bins, like the garment bins, like that you see at hotels, like those big things where they do the laundry. They're big blue bins like that, and then they're full of stuff. But what happens is they have like these lines all over the floor, and when they're about to bring a new bin out, they tell everyone that there's, you know, the bins are coming, and everybody has to stand behind the lines. And like supposedly they're very strict about it, and if you cross the line, you'll get kicked out. Like they're very serious. Because what happens is all these people are sitting there waiting. This one must need to get cut out, but I'm going to use the whole thing. People are sitting there waiting, and once they like, I don't remember if they blow a whistle or something, or they go like go, everybody like starts like digging through all the piles, and they're like elbowing each other. Not really, but you know, kind of. It's like, think Christmas, Black Friday sales, like, you know, how they used to be. And actually I think I need to do this. So anyways, I was like, no, I don't want any part of that. That is something that terrifies me. I don't want to be in anyone's way, and I don't want to have anyone in my way. So I stayed away from all that stuff that was happening, and instead I'm gonna have to stand up. I just went to the like outer bins that weren't being used. And because I'm looking for stuff that nobody else pretty much wants, it's actually good, because, you know, I'm looking for stuff for fabric or old books. Oh, that didn't do a good job. You know, things like that. And so I took my mom while she was here, and she was overwhelmed. She really didn't find anything except for, I think I showed you this before. She found these 2 books, and she was gonna give it to my niece, who like she's little, she's 6, 7, I think, and they were gonna use it like as a book, and I was like, no, let me keep these, and I'll buy her new books. Like I'll buy her something that she's interested in, but like you can't like, they'll just, they're gonna just they're just gonna use them, whereas I'm gonna keep them on a shelf. So anyway, she found that. I couldn't find anything like that. I couldn't really find vintage stuff. I did find a bunch of, I think I'm gonna use these. I did find a bunch of clothes, like handmade clothes that someone had made. It looked like it was from maybe the 70s or 80s, and I didn't know like what the pricing was, so they weigh your cart. You take your cart, and there's a big scale on the floor, and you just slip the cart on, and then they deduct the cart weight, and then they tell you how much it is. So I wasn't sure, so I left stuff, and I like think about it all the time. Like, man, why didn't I get all those clothes? I'll show you a little dress in a second, but that I got. And I got like the ones that I was like, oh, this is really cute. And I don't even know what I'm going to do with them, because maybe hang them up on the wall. Like I do have some like little girls' clothes hung up on one of my walls, like on just a little piece with like some hangers. So I could do something like that, but I don't know. But you definitely have to get like your hands dirty and dig through the stuff. It's not aesthetically pleasing. It is not a nice cozy trip. It's not like, it's none of that. It's very much like you're really like hunting for the stuff. Cindy said about the Temu stamps. Yeah, the Temu stamp, it's definitely a thorn in my side, because I don't want to infringe, like do any copyright infringement, especially, there's people that I know that sell stamps, and I don't want to accidentally purchase something that someone is trying to sell. And that has, even if they are like copyright free images, it's still their business. So, and they put that stuff together, so it's still like, their creation. The bins are very overwhelming. I'd try to find it on eBay. I've loved mine and have 2 sizes. It was made by Tonic. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, your niece goes all the time? Did you paint on both sides of the card? From yesterday? These? Just one. Because we just need it for, for accent pieces. Okay, what time do we have? Okay, I think I'm going to kind of stop here. I think what I'm going to do, oh, I already did too much of this. Let me add a couple more. Let me get locked in here. But anyways, yeah, so I've been putting it off, so I think we're going to go this evening or this afternoon. I'm a decent cook, but I hate being in the kitchen. And I kind of feel like I want to start like cooking gross food so that nobody asks for me to cook. That's what I should do. I should start, but I can't do that. But my kids. Oh, I'm going to definitely use this dark one here. I can say one thing for sure, though, that I enjoy this type of a rubber stamp more than the clear ones, the cling or the, this one. Oh, there's 2 of those. I'm going to use those real quick. But I've seen some people go to the bins and get clothing there and then resell it, which I think the majority of people that were in there, that's what they're doing. But my niece, you know, she lives in South Florida. She is in school to get her degree in architecture. And so she doesn't have a ton of extra time on her hands because their workload is crazy. But I was thinking she had looked into doing something like this years ago, and I was like, you know, let's go and see if we can find anything for you that you can kind of have a little business on the side. And she's got a really pretty aesthetic that I think that, you know, people would maybe want some of the stuff, you know, because some of the stuff, it's like you just have to have an eye to see that it's good, because it looks like junk. It all looks like junk when you go. I mean, it literally junk. Like, you're kind of scared to stick your hand anywhere. Dang, I did it again. Anywhere near the bins. But there's someone that I follow. Her name is Julie Thrifts. And I think she's from Louisiana, and I think she lives in like maybe Mississippi now, but she goes to the bins and she has a resale shop, but she does like antiques and like you know, stuff that I like. And then she'll take the things, is this right? Yeah. She'll take the things and then like repaint them or like stage them a different way. And I love watching her stuff, and she goes to the bins. That's what inspired me to go try it, because she goes, but her bins are not, at least what she's showing, they're not chaotic. Like mine are chaotic. But yeah, when I went with my mom, she was like, no, like she couldn't find anything. She was like paralyzed. And she didn't ask to go back. So I don't think she hated it, but I don't think, you know, it wasn't like something that she would want to keep doing. And so, anyways, we'll see how we do today. So I want to say about this, if you have never done this and you've never stamped, which I think we've done this before together, but the beginning is the hardest. Like with the blank space, it's like, oh, this looks terrible. But then once you have it together and it starts getting like these little jumbled bits, it's kind of like creating clusters. The hardest part about creating the clusters is covering things up. That's by far the hardest part. You can stick all kinds of stuff together. It's what you want to cover up. And it's really hard. Like our brains are meant, or at least my brain is like, no, don't overlap. Don't, you know, put them on top of each other. They should each have their own space. But this looks so much better than like this. So just a little tip. Okay, let me go back. Throwing a question. Oh, your nieces sell? Do they sell on Poshmark? Or Pop? Is that what it's called? I don't even know. Okay, throwing a question out to you gals. What kind of wet wipes does anyone get for crafting cleanup? So I was showing yesterday, Nancy, I get some at Dollar Tree. I try not to use wet naps because, you know, a lot of them are like full of chemicals and stuff. And I'm pretty sure these are, because they say Tough Plus and like it looks like they clean well. So I don't know that these are like the best for you, but it picks up all my paint and stuff. If not, I'll just use like, I do like to get like the like Huggies or Pampers or whatever, and then like the hypoallergenic, the ones that don't have a bunch of like scents and stuff. They took the alcohol or whatever, did the job, huh? Oh, they're not cleaning as well. Welcome back, Jackie. By the wipe cases from, so when my kids were little, those are the wipes we used to use, the ones from Costco, and they are the best. The Kirkland brand, they are the best, but they come in a pack of however, like, I don't know, there are tons of them. But if you use a lot of them, it's worth it. And if you have space to what do you call it? Store them. Okay, let me do, I said I was done, and I'm like, no, let me do a couple more. I want this one. Okay, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna use a little bit of this one and then a little bit of the Tim Holtz one. That way, since we're kind of cramped on time. Dang, it's already, I'm so behind today. Okay. But we'll meet tomorrow. So whatever we don't get done today, we will do tomorrow. And I like this. I hope you guys like this way of doing the lives instead of doing it like once a week. I feel like we couldn't really get a lot done, whereas this, we can really focus on a project start to finish. Let me just throw all this stuff back in this bin. Hopefully it doesn't topple over. Let's see if I'm in the screen. I think we're good. Okay. Was that, are you guys talking about this? I just painted one side. We're just using them as like, for accents. I mean, you can, but you're not, I don't think you're gonna see both sides, so. Dollar Tree this morning, they were out of cards. Oh. Yes, they're so good. Do you have a Daiso where you live by chance? Because their index cards are really good. They're a little thicker than Dollar Tree. You get less, but yeah, they're super good. No, I went through a pile, so I don't know if you watched the replay yesterday, but I was showing like, I do like little paintings on them, and they're so good because you can like just work really quickly and you don't have to be precious about it. Like there's something mentally where you can let go of the pressure of like, you know, an expensive paper, and I love them. I love the lines, I love the feel of them, I love them. Okay, so since we don't have a ton of time, I'm not going to do the little ones. Oh, and these were little ones that I got from Daiso. They didn't have lines on them, but they're still really cute. So I think I'm going to cover, I'm going to mark what side, only because I want this paper to be on the outside, and then I'll do the Tim Holtz on the inside that you can't really see. So outer, top, I don't know if, actually I'll just put an X here and an X here because those are the ones I want to cover. So I'm going to grab a glue stick. Oh yes, I love that. Yeah, I'm like very obsessed with them right now. A lot of my projects are using the index cards, and I feel like this pack that I've had for a while because they just sat in a drawer. I didn't really use them. I didn't love that they weren't like super thick. And now I'm like, I love them. I love them. Oh well, I'm not making the best use out of the paper because, is this right? Yeah. Because I'm trying to go quickly for you guys. So we can at least get this covered. I feel like I'm using a little too much glue too. I feel like the tissue paper doesn't really need it. Oops. Oopsie daisies. No. Oh well, I'm just gonna stamp over this really quick because I didn't get anything on the edge over here. So let's see. Just gonna ask you guys, do you see my block anywhere? Yeah, let's go right there in that corner. Okay. Oh, is this what you guys were talking about? Are you covering both sides with the tissue paper on this? And yes. Sorry. I don't know why I thought you were talking about the other ones. I'm like, why are... Yeah, so sorry. Yes, you're covering both sides. So I kind of did it like this last time so that I could use like whatever I could get out of it. So I'm not gonna sit here and do more stamping today, just to cut down on that. Because since I'm not very good at stamping. That's why I was thinking maybe I should get that thing. So now I'm gonna have to ask my kids to go look on eBay, see if they can find it. And I'll keep this tissue paper, of course, because you can always use it. And here I'm going to I'm going to just wrap this side. I'm not going to do that because I think I can get more use out of it if I don't wrap it. What are you guys saying? Oh, you're going to love the tissue. You can use it for so many things. And if you have not printed on tissue paper, that's a game changer too. I honestly, I'm like, why don't I do it more? I'm not sure. See, this is where don't do what I'm doing, because I'm like, oh, this would look really cute right here. But that's the whole point, is to like be spontaneous and let it just come together. I want to... Okay, I think I'm gonna just put it down. And then I'm gonna take that and overlap it here. That's what's so good about this, especially when it's you know, clear, because then you can add more stuff. Since I don't think I'm gonna get to the painting part today because this still needs to dry. Oh, and so this is what I did last time, is I had like pieces that extended over, hang on. And then I just folded it over so that then I had, you know, I wasn't losing anything. But I think in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it here somewhere. I was going to try to record, if I go to the bins, try to record some footage for you guys, but I think you're not allowed to record in there, number one, and I don't want to get yelled at. The employees aren't like the nicest, but I'm sure they see their share of things. The other great thing about tissue paper is you can rip it so easily. So I think I'm gonna do. Have you guys noticed that the birds are very loud this year? I feel like, oh, look what I did. More than usual, but maybe I just didn't notice them. But I feel like they're so loud, especially in Texas. They're like super loud. And then I can keep layering if I want, or stamp over so that I get, like, you know, I have more stamps up here. I'm sticking to this glue stick. That happens to me whenever I'm rushing. I'm like, look what I just did. Okay. I think we're good. So now, what did I say we're doing next today? Let me think about it real quick. We're going to, where's my notes? All right, let me grab my. So the next thing I would do, I would allow this to dry completely before you try to, it's actually better to have it dry before you even cut the little excess off, because it'll cut easier. Yeah, see, that did not want to cut. But the next part is we're going to allow this to completely dry. But while we're waiting for that, we can start cutting out our little pieces for the for like the little colored pieces of the index cards, the red, the blue, and the. So if we're gonna match this completely, then let me see which one's gonna be. I really like this for the front. So then that's going to be the back. I'm actually really happy with that. So for the bottom, I'm going to need a little strip of the red at the bottom. So if I was taking my red from the one card, I'm actually just going to, I don't even think I want half. I think I'm going to go up to, let's see what this is. It was at 3/4 of an inch about. And I said yesterday the one thing that I would do differently is I'd have more rugged edges. So I definitely want this. Like, I think that that'll look really cute. And then you can take your file or sander or whatever. and you can add more, or you can, that didn't do anything, but you can also take an X-Acto knife and start adding little distress things. I think I want this off. Okay, for the next one, so this one's going to be the one for the front. And if you have paper clips, the way that when I was assembling this before, I was just sticking it on with paper clips so that I didn't forget where everything went. And so if you want to do that, you can. So for the back side, if I can find the other piece of the red, oh, right here. For the back side of this, I want it to be larger because we are making this into a pocket. So I'm just going to flip this so I can keep it. Once I do this step, then I know that what the front and the back is, because the back has a bigger red strip than the front. So then I don't have to, well, hopefully I can remember that. And I'm just going to cut off, actually, hang on. I don't know why, but it's just a little bit smaller. They're the same card. Great. Okay, what do you, oh, you were talking about the painted ones? Okay, let me go back, sorry. Oh, I didn't realize you guys had talked. Daiso is a Japanese like dollar store. It's more like a $2 store. Almost everything in the shop is $1.75 minus, unless I think they might have just gone up to $2.25 actually, minus there's certain items that like are marked and they're marked in yen, and so then they have like a little conversion chart, but they're mostly on the West Coast, and Texas has some. And I feel like somewhere else had them that I didn't expect. Grid ones, note cards, that would be awesome. With the tissue. Well, I'm a firm believer there's a reason for every, I actually talk about this all the time. Like, how is there stuff that we don't know? Like, that really boggles my brain, because like, you know, I think we were talking about this yesterday about like the influencers showing dupes and stuff at Dollar Tree, and now Dollar Tree is raising their prices because of it. And it's, you know, it's not the influencer's fault. Like, I'm happy for it because I wouldn't have known that there were certain products out there if I hadn't seen them on social media. And so I'm happy for it. But like, it's so crazy to me when like, especially during the quarantine, when TikTok, like, or that's when it came on my radar, and because I thought it was more like Vine, which I think it was, but anyways, I like that lady who was like, what's the life hack, whatever, and then people were like, oh, this is how you use a potato peeler, this is how you're supposed to use a strainer. It's like, how have I been alive and I did not know this? Like, I don't understand that. So okay, on these pieces, I'm going to do them a little different. So I'm actually going to find the center and cut it in half. And this is our stripe one. And on this one, I'm not going to do a ragged edge, and I'm going to show you why. I don't even know if it matters or not. But yes, I understand exactly what you mean. Like, how do you, I don't know. It's just, There's stuff that I've done in the past that I forget that I ever did. Or like recipes, I'm like, what was that recipe? Like I would make it every week and then I didn't make it for 2 weeks and I completely forgot it. Like completely, it's not even in my wheelhouse anymore. And so then I'm gonna just fold this in half and then the other half, I'm gonna do the same thing. And then let me go back to your comments. I wish I could hear you guys. And I can't wait for you to start making tissue like this. You really are gonna love it. Yes, exactly. That was me too. Like I didn't want to use up the tissue. And the thing is with a lot of the Tim stuff is you can't get it again. Like it just goes out. Like he was talking about something, he's like, yeah, these are bestsellers, but it's not really up to him. It's Ranger, it's, you know, there's a lot of like companies in there. I don't really understand how they work, but and so it's not even up to him. Even if he wants to keep the product, if it's not selling or they don't want it, then they're going to get rid of it. And it's like, yeah, it's so I hoarded, I was just talking about this yesterday. I hoarded a lot of my Tim stuff because I didn't want to not have it. But yeah, now you can make your own. And if you use his stamps, it's literally, I mean, I think it's almost all his stamps. So, no, be talkative. It's good. It is really good because it keeps us all engaged. And I know sometimes some ladies are shy and they don't want to speak up. And so it's very good. Greg, no cards. Where did you get them, Cindy? Cindy, you are like a plethora of supplies. We need your links, all your links. Yes, Japanese office supplies are superior. Superior. The quality of the papers are so good. You can paint on them. I'm actually using that this little notebook that I showed you guys that I've been working on. This is just a kid's like school book. It's like a composition type notebook, but the paper I can't show you on, and it takes, this is like a lot of, I feel like this is watercolor. But I've done acrylic on there too, but it's so smooth. It's almost like has like a waxy texture on it. I love it. Okay, focus, Ingrid. You got them at Walmart? Yeah, me too. Yes, and that's my goal this year is to like use all my precious stuff. And I was talking about this yesterday. I started off by making that the ephemera book, this thing, and where I started, so some of this Tim Holtz stuff is like this is probably one of the first, or like early on, you know, and I doubt you can get it anymore, whatever. And I just had to, once I put it on here, I was able to then use it and not like feel like I was, you know, wasting something precious. It's definitely psychological. I don't know. I think it comes from my dad. Like he was one that like didn't like to use his stuff, and then he passed away and he had so much stuff that like he loved handkerchiefs. So, you know, they're not easy to find. And whenever I'd find some, I'd buy them for him, get them embroidered. And they were all still in boxes because he just wanted to look at them. Like I remember getting him a passport cover, and he did travel, but he didn't use the passport. He wanted to keep it pristine. Like I have his old Bible. It's like pristine. So I come from that line of that, but I'm trying to get past it. Okay, so our first little piece that we have here, I'm going to, so this is the front cover, and I'm just gonna lay this somewhere here. So this is all up to you. You can have it go all the way up, you can have it go very little, whatever you want. And I'm gonna do kind of somewhere in the middle, like maybe right there. And the doing this is a little futile, and I'll tell you why. We still have to paint this. but I would not recommend painting it while it's still, Jackie, when you are using the tissue paper, you want to use, if you're painting over it, even though, wait, does the archival ink is permanent, isn't it? Yeah, it's waterproof. Never mind. You can use, as long as it's waterproof, you can use it. Oh, I think that's why I never use the stays on, because I don't like that. Okay, so this is my front, right? And then I'll do the inside in a second. And then this is my back, and I don't think there's, oh, we have the other strip is going to go on top right here. And I'm going to go a little bit over it so you can see a little bit on the other side. And I might cut the red down now that I see it with this. Because I think it doesn't give me a lot of, so I might cut it down to here. That's why I like paper clipping it in place, because then I can really get a feel of what it's going to look like before I make cuts. But sometimes I'm just spontaneous and do it and regret it later. Yes, I can't stand the smell either. That's why I don't use it. I don't like Sharpies and I don't like stays on. Okay, so this is our front. This is our back. Right? Oh, I love the like the line. So you've got like tall, like you've got three layers, 1, 2, 3, and then that one. Like I don't know, there's something about like the graduation of these that I really like that. Even though like when you close it like this, you might not be able to really see it, but I think it's still cute. Okay, so now, what time is it? Oh, I gotta go. So now the next step is, once you have put this together, I'll tell you guys what to do, because this one you can do on your own. You're going to do a wash of color over your tissue paper. And I did it using watercolors. I just took, and I'll tell you how I did it exactly. I took a couple of colors. I'm going to show you this. So I saw my dirty water from yesterday. So if it comes out a little pink, it's because of that. So this color, it's kind of like a gold color. So if I add a ton, oh, it's pink, but if I add a bunch of water, it starts, ignore the pink, but you know, I start getting a wash, and that's what I did here. But I want to darken that color up. So remember what we talked about, it's the opposite of the color wheel. I look at this as a yellow, opposite would be purple. So if I then add a touch of purple and this like gold, now it kind of darkened the color. Let's add a little more purple. You can see, so now I'm getting more of like a brown color, and then I'm just gonna wash it on. And the way that I did it is I washed it on. I used something like this to mix my colors, this what do you call this, this mat. But then I would take this and maybe like dip it like this so that it would give me, you could also do it with your block. So where's my, let me add just some more color here. I'm going to do it on the other side since this is wet, and you really want it to dry in between, and then you can smush it down and it'll give you like really nice texture. And so that's what I did. Now, if you guys want me to do it on air with you tomorrow, I will. But if you want to do this part on your own, you can. So actually, just tell me what you'd rather do. If you want to do it together tomorrow, we can. And then so tomorrow we would paint this, and I think I am gonna just sew with you guys. I'll maybe I'll put like, I'll try to muffle the speaker or something. Maybe I'll face it. Yeah, I think I can do it. I think if I put this, if I put the microphone on and then I put it leaning somewhere else, you won't, it won't be as bad. And then I'll show you like the stitches and stuff, and how I would do that. Hey Beverly. Oh, hold on. Where? What are you guys? Oh, you guys have been talking. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm really been trying to build my. Okay, we went through that one. I feel a trip to Staples in the future too. Walmart for the win. Staples had something else that I wanted to get. What did they have? I have it on my TikTok. I have a board on TikTok of things that I want to buy so that I can remember, and if I'm at a store then I can go in. But at this point I need to like make separate ones, like one for TJ Maxx, one for Five Below, one for Dollar Tree. Um, what are you guys saying? Oh, Cindy, you're saying Daiso. It could have been Daiso for the grid cards. And also you can make them yourself, guys. So if you, oh, I have a blue here. Is this blue? I think. So where's my, I'm just gonna pretend I have such a mess going on, but I do have to go. But you just take a colored pencil, you know, and your lines don't have to be perfect. And then just pretend that this is not green and it's red. You do your little line. You can do, and then you can do it more. You can make it look like you know, a ledger, or you can then add more. You can do a dot grid. You can do a, you know, there's all kinds of possibilities for you. But the ephemera book, yes. I need to do a follow-up video on it because there's stuff that I would change around a little bit. You know, it'd be really good is to do the ephemera book and then cut all the pages down. I've done this before with planners where you cut all of the pages, so you take away the little holes, and then you rebound it. You're going to take some of the space off, but then you do holes and put it on a ring bound system. That way you can move the pages. That actually, do you guys think that's a good idea? That actually I might really like that, because then you could put like, you can move your stuff around. I don't know, that might be more than it's worth, but it might be good. I don't know. Oops, where are you guys? Oh, I lost the, where is it? The layers are definitely something, thank you guys though, but the layers are definitely something that just comes with practice. I remember very vividly like thinking that I couldn't layer, and then I used to do happy mails and I used to send stuff out, and as a matter of fact, let me see if I have it still pulled up. Oh, it went away, but I had let me see. And I do have to go. But I remember very vividly like feeling like I couldn't do it. And then I sat down and looked at, I would do swaps with people. And I started to look at like, what are the things that I really like about this person's swap or whatever. And I, you know, wrote down like they had a lot more sewing, or like different things. And then there was a girl that used to, let me see if I can find her. I don't know if she's still, I think she does paper crafting stuff. I'll try to find her. But anyways, she we were friends, and I won one of her like little sweepstakes, like, and she gave out like little ephemera that she had made, and I studied it. I looked at it. I was like, because she was amazing. She is amazing at layering, and that's how I started doing it. I am a big believer
in, you know, if you're learning a new instrument. So we did homeschool. In our homeschool, we did classical homeschooling, which is this concept of we're not making something new, we're using what worked before. And we're using the concept of Dorothy Sayers, where she had, it was three different levels of education. It was the grammar stage, the little kids who can recite everything. They can, you can show them a song one time and then they can give it back to you, you know, regurgitate it. Then it's the, like, I'd say like the middle school age where they're like questioning why is this? Why do I, and that, and then you teach to that level. And then the last is the, I think it's the rhetoric stage where they are cognitively understanding. They have the memorization stuff, they understood, they started learning the whys, and now they can go back of building those up and say why they believe what they believe and where they came to that. And I'm a big believer in that in any kind of studies. And so I, you know, I hear people like, don't copy, don't. That's the way to learn. When you go to learn a musical instrument, how do you learn? You don't just start making your own music. You start by using music that has already been written, and you keep practicing it, keep practicing it, keep practicing it until you master it. And then at some point, then you can write your own music, then you can do your own thing. But with art, I really think that that's the way you learn. And as a matter of fact, apprentices or like great artists, that's what they would have, somebody that would study under them. And literally, like Da Vinci had people who, as he did a stroke, they did a stroke and they were right next to him doing the exact thing, same thing as him. And that's how you learn. And I'm just a very strong believer in that, because I know that it's worked for me and my kids. But also I think that it, you know, I just think that it does work. So, here, let me show you her stuff real quick. Unplug. So her name, so it looks like she might not be active, but her name is Adriana Alvarez, and so she does like these little cute. I mean, look at this. This is a box made out of paper, and if you guys are chatting, I can't see anything yet, and I'll go back. But she has so many layers, and this was after years. I'm gonna try to go back to like when I was doing this stuff. But I really just like looked at her stuff and I was like, what is it that, I think this is around the time, yeah, when we were like all swapping and stuff, and she covered a lot of different things. And like you can see back here, there's some stitching and then some little beads, the more different types of stitching, and then there's like, it looks like a shaker pocket in the back, and then on the top you have a bow with another bow layered on it, and it was just all about the layers. And so that's how I kind of learned, was I just um, dissected what I liked, what I wanted to see more of. And it's just really, and I think this about art too, it's all about playing. That is what completely changed for me, is once I stopped wishing that I could do that, or saying like, oh, I like their stuff much better, when I just like got my hands dirty and just played. And I think that's what I love about the index cards, is that you're playing and you're not precious about it. You're just like intent on just playing, nothing else. There's nothing else matters. And I think that that's why it works, because I think that's when you start learning your paints. You learn how to mix colors. You learn, like, it's skills that you're taking on. And when you don't do it, you have to like kind of retrain your brain to do it again. So and then that is what opened me up to digitals, was that I love the Tim Holtz stuff, but I was so precious about it. So then I was like, then I found the world of digitals, like where you can just reprint and reprint. So I can print it on tissue paper, I can print it on copy paper, I can print it on newsprint, I can color it, I can, if you use a laser printer, or if you get it laser printed like at Staples or something, then you can even paint on top of it. It won't, it won't bleed, whatever. And so like that just opened up so many more avenues and possibilities. Oh, she's really great too. Um, what do you guys? Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Start to scratch with that. Yeah, those get kind of bound up with wire. Wait, what are you guys talking about? But I'm up for anything that gets wound up with wire. I think that's so cool. I love mixing like laces with like rust. It's just like the mix of the two just goes so well together. But yes, Tony, Crafty by Tony, she does a lot of Tim Holtz stuff. Yes, exactly. They did work for that artist, and then they either made a name for themselves or maybe not, and maybe that was their that was what they were doing. They were creating, but yes, I do. I need to go. Oh gosh, I'm so late. Yes, it's putting in that's the elbow grease, and that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part of being fit. It's the hardest part of eating healthy. It's the hardest part of anything that you do in life. It's just the beginning to start it, because once you're in it, it's a developed habit and it's easy, and or it comes easier, and it's not as daunting. But it's the beginning part that is so hard. It's so hard to just start something. So, but once you do, it'll change the way that you see things, and you'll have so much more fun, and you won't be like so like blocked up. But I'm a big avid believer in copy it. Like you like Tony, take her process step by step and do, pause whatever, like if she doesn't show every little step, pause it and look at what you like about it and emulate it. And I think in that regards, what is it? And I'm not talking about like trademarking stuff or using someone's proprietary things to make a profit. You know what I mean? That's how you learn. And then that's how you develop your own style too, because even if you're trying to copy something, you're probably not going to have exactly the same supplies or exactly the same placement. And then you'll start to develop your own style through that. And that's the goal, right? Is to have your own twist on something, to take someone that you love, that you like the way that they do things, and then just add something different that's yours, that makes it yours, because that's your story. So wait, oh, I have not looked at her stamp sets. Oh yeah, pesky work and life, cooking and cleaning, and yes, I'm so glad you're here too, Beverly. I know it's so yeah, and that's why I wanted to do some in the morning and some in the evening, so that everyone kind of gets a chance. I don't think we're going to finish tomorrow, to be honest. We might, but I feel like we might not. So tomorrow we're meeting at, well, hold on, let me look at Patreon, and then I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you guys, because that takes me the longest. But and to tell you that I appreciate you, and I am so glad that you're here. Let's see what time. Friday is, so tomorrow is at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, or 3 p.m. Pacific Standard. So hopefully you guys can make it, and if not, the replay is available. So when you look at let me show you real quick. When you go into the Patreon, and I will have, so I'm starting a new way of doing it. Patreon doesn't really give you like tabs or places to store things. It's all like one jumbled, like, group chat. And so what I'm going to do is, when we're doing a project, and I think I'm going to put a banner or something where it says live, so when you're looking at it, but all of the stuff that's pertaining to that live will be underneath the live. And so, for example, on this one, so you're going to have day 1, day 2, and then you can always go back and watch the replays. So, So anyways, so that'll be hopefully helpful. But okay, ladies, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow at 5, 6, and 3, one of those times. Yeah, we'll see each other then. Love you guys. Bye.